Okay, so back when I was a kid, I had this buddy. We hung out all the time, and he lived in this super old house in town. You know, the kind, dark wood trim, a fieldstone basement, and always dead silent. Something about it just felt off, but I could never put my finger on it back then. Thinking back, there are two things that happened there that still give me the creeps to this day. The first time I was over at his place, and we were just goofing off in the living room. There was this old painting hanging near the front door. I don't know why, but I just stopped and stared at it. It wasn't like I hadn't seen it before, but this time it caught my eye. It was a picture of a kid sitting in a rocking chair. He had this big grin on his face and one arm resting on the chair, the other up by his head. I can't explain it, but the painting made me uneasy. Then I saw it, and I felt this cold shiver go right through me. There was this bubble in the paint, right above the boy's hand, and it was shaped like a knife. It wasn't supposed to be there. It wasn't part of the painting. It looked like someone had added it on purpose. I pointed it out to my friend, and we both just stared at it. I thought it might be an old flaw in the painting, but it was too perfect. It didn't totally freak me out, but it was weird. My friend was just like, weird stuff happens here all the time. You get used to it. That always stuck with me, but I wasn't about to let my friend see me get scared. My mom came to pick me up, and I went home. I didn't plan on thinking about that painting again. But the next day, when I went back over, the knife shape was gone. Like, completely gone. Not faded or anything. It was like it had never been there in the first place. And somehow, the kid in the painting didn't have that grin anymore. His face was blank, like he was just posing for a photo. I still can't figure out how that happened. Then it was gone. Not turned away or moved out of sight. It just disappeared. Gone. I felt my heart stop, and all the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't sure if I'd imagined it, but I couldn't shake the feeling that the boy in the painting had come to play with me. A few years later, I ended up babysitting at that same house one night. I was in the living room again, just watching a movie with the kid I was looking after, when bam, I heard doors slamming upstairs. You would have thought it was the wind or something, but it kept happening, really loud banging. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to run, but I had a younger kid to look after who was totally freaked out as well. So I got up the courage and went upstairs to see what was happening. All the doors were open, and I checked every room, turning on the lights. I felt a little better until I saw the family's dog standing real still at the front door. It was staring at something on the other side of the door, all tense and growling. It sounded scared, not angry. The air just felt heavy, like the house was holding its breath, so I was in full panic. The house was quiet, but then I saw something in the basement. There was this small window on the basement door, and right behind it, another window to the outside. Again, I couldn't tell you why I looked, but I did. In that basement window, I saw a boy's face, only for a split second. It wasn't like someone kneeling and looking in. It was like the face just appeared out of nowhere, staring straight up at me, like its body was buried. Then it was gone. Not turned away or moved out of sight. It just disappeared. Gone. I felt my heart stop, and all the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't sure if I'd imagined it, but I couldn't shake the feeling that the boy in the painting had come to play with me. I didn't hang out at that house much after that. After those two things, I couldn't go back without feeling like something was seriously off. The house was definitely inhabited, and I don't just mean by their family.